let me sit down.
Day 2 of COP26 and Boris Johnson on a charm offensive. Meeting, signing, schmoozing, trying to find a way through before world leaders left Glasgow this evening.
Prime Minister, can you deliver?
Hello, Anushka. I'll answer your questions later. We've got a press conference later.
Keeping the media waiting, but not the delegates. A flurry of announcements began with,
wait for it, of over $12 billion, amounting to the biggest collective commitment of public funds for forest and climate action in history. We have to stop the devastating loss of our forests.
The promise to end deforestation this decade was signed by over 100 countries, including Brazil. And then the global methane pledge to cut emissions by 30% by 2030, with the US president setting out America's part in that.
Today, I'm announcing the next steps to reduce US methane emissions.
In the US alone, there are more than 3 million abandoned oil wells that leak methane. Not visible to the naked eye, but one of the most potent greenhouse gases heating our planet. Methane stays in the air for less time than carbon dioxide, but is over 25 times more toxic while it is there. Back in Glasgow, there were global deals on technology and finance, on cutting coal in South Africa, and on decarbonising steel and concrete industries. An unprecedented focus on the climate that brought billionaires like Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and of course, the most powerful politician in the West.
President, are you optimistic?
Yes, I'm always optimistic.
He might be optimistic, but the Prime Minister of Belize, who emerged moments later, not so much. He was unconvinced about what developed countries were offering up.
Are they doing enough?
They're not doing enough, and that's the point. It's about time. Well, it gets you angry, because here, for instance, small countries like Belize, we have been doing our part. We are protecting our reserves, our land, our waters, but yet the bigger countries who have developed themselves and living a lavish lifestyle are in effect telling us we can't do what they have done before because we have to protect Mother Earth. Well, then give us the funding to be able to do that.
And then that chance to put those concerns to Boris Johnson. Do you understand the anger of the Prime Minister of Belize?
That's why the 100 billion is so important. And it's good that Japan has stepped up, but other countries are going to have to do more. I'm not going to disagree with what the Prime Minister of Belize has said, or indeed with anybody who says that the world, in the remaining days that we have in this COP, the world has a lot more to do.
The world, he said, but for President Biden, too many were missing. Russia, Saudi Arabia, and of course,
China, trying to assert, understandably, a new role in the world as a world leader, not showing up. Come on. The single most important thing that's gotten the attention of the world is climate. And they've walked away.
And so while environmentalists welcomed today's announcements, there were still huge gaps, with more global movement needed on coal. Meanwhile, the deadly impact of the climate crisis continues to loom, and the clock is still ticking down. Anushka Astana, News at 10.